In this video, we're going to take a look at using default methods with JUnit. And because our JUnit test now can extend out or implement interfaces, that opens us up to being able to use default methods that we define in the interface. So something that I believe that was added in Java 8, if I remember right, be able to find these default methods. And a very handy thing that we can do with JUnit now, and giving an example here, we can tap into the JUnit lifecycle. If we do default void, and I'll use before all. And I'm just going to do system out. Now I'm going to annotate this before all. And what I'm saying is I want this method to run before all. You tap into the JUnit lifecycle. So this is going to run before all test methods within a class. Now let's go ahead and run this. So I got my controller test up here. I'm going to run this and it's going to fail. And you can see down here, I intentionally failed this because I wanted you to see the method. And it's saying it must be static unless the class is annotated with test instance. And this is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll come up here and do at test instance. And we'll say lifecycle. And you have per class or per method. Pretty obvious what those are going to be doing. I'm going to say per class. So we'll go ahead and run this again now. And we can see that we'll get some chatter into the log now. And you can see my message is, let's do something here. So that's getting output from the test. So that's going to be running within the JUnit lifecycle. Now, what you do in here, that's going to be depending on what you're testing. Very handy way if you're doing something common and going through your test. This is a tool in the toolbox that you can be using. Usually what I see is I'm not going to jump into this right away. I'll have a group of tests, and then I'll see a pattern. I keep repeating whatever, and then I'll refactor to something like this. So very important to be aware that this is a tool that you have in your toolbox. So if you start seeing common functionality, you can extract it out. So remember, we want to be good Java developers and don't repeat ourselves. Very important thing. So if we get through and we start seeing something very common, this is a tool inside our toolbox that we can use to reduce code replication. So very powerful thing that we have now. We did not have this before in JUnit 4, so we can use a lot more functionalities of Java now because we can go in and define default methods in the interface, and those will be picked up by JUnit.